What's up, RJ?
What's going on?
So I was talking to Brandon earlier, and he mentioned that of all the guys that he worked with on the team over the summer, he was most surprised by you. He saw you as a bit of a gunner heading in, but he learned that you have a great all-around game. You worked a lot over the off-season. I'm curious just to get your reaction to that, but also, what you've been working on this off-season.
See, I pass the ball. I do. But no, it's been cool, especially just one working with Bi. He's also, I would say, he drives to the rim better than I thought that he did. I've seen him make a lot of jump shots, so like being able to kind of work with him and stuff, he gets to the rim actually pretty effortlessly. So that was something I learned about him. And I think that I had a cool summer of just working hard, being in the gym, and yeah, I was happy about my summer, and you guys will see once we get out on the court. What's up, Mike? How you doing? You good? Mm-hmm. What's up, brother?
So Daily Hive, then to Will.
Hey, RJ. Sam from Offside. So with the Blue Jays coming in and they're making it to the playoffs, the city's been having a type of hype and vibe that they haven't seen in a while. How does that, seeing that passion from fans, fuel you as you head into the season?
Yeah, man, a couple months from now, it's going to be us. That's the mindset. So definitely, obviously, happy for them, cheering for them, for sure. And then here, we're trying to get back to the playoffs as well. Trying to get back to the playoffs, make some noise. We're all about winning over here.
Yeah, RJ.
Will, then Doug, then Josh.
I got two questions for you. Number one, I remember at the end of the last season, you said you were really, really tired. You're looking forward to a break. So how was the summer for you? Do you feel refreshed first off?
I was tired. I was. I feel refreshed for sure. Got to relax and got to be in the gym a lot. Got to get better. Because I think sometimes when you're playing, kind of year-round, you got to try to balance rest and your workouts are a little different when you have to play games in the summer and stuff. So this summer I was really just able to really focus on getting my mind and my body right. And yeah, I was thankful for it, but I'm kind of itching to get back now.
Yeah. And the second question was, are there any misconceptions about your game that you're looking to clear up in terms of proving? I mean, you just make the joke about the passing there too, but even on the defensive end, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't really know. I've never been a horrible defender. So, yeah, I kind of was confused on that, but I definitely have gotten better and want to continue to get better on that defensive end, really be a complete two-way, player. I think that's my calling card, and I'm very happy to accept and embrace that. So just got to continue to work hard, study film, study the opponents. Just make sure you do everything to make sure that you can have that edge going in every single night.
Doug, Josh, as Ian.
RJ, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. So, in a short answer, why will you, Scotty, and Brandon work together?
We're all unselfish players, and we're trying to win. 'Cause that's really what it is. If you're trying to win, you'll do the right things.
What's up, RJ? How's it going?
Good.
Scotty was in here earlier, and one of the things he said was that you guys as a team have a lot to prove this year. Do you sense that kind of chip on your shoulder mentality, both individually and collectively as a team? And how do you think that can help bring out the best in you guys this year?
Absolutely. Definitely a huge chip on our shoulder. And I love it. I think just from being in the league and kind of being in this spot before, this is one of the most fun times is when you have a team like this where people kind of don't know what to expect or don't expect much, and you kind of just go and just surprise everybody. and we put in the work. So we're very like confident going in.
As Ian, Vivek, and then John.
RJ, how you doing? Over the last, over your entire career, you've had a chance to play different roles in New York and in Toronto. What do you think this season brings for you in terms of a different role? Like, how does that look compared to other seasons that you've had?
Well, I mean, it's no secret. You add Brandon Ingram into the mix, it changes things. Like, we're not gonna hide from that. What I would say is, for myself, you've seen it across, from the time I was in high school into college, to the NBA. I've always played with, good players. So I think the thing about myself is I'm able to adapt, and I just want to win. So however it shapes out for us, the goal is winning, and that's what's important. I don't really honestly worry about myself too much. I think it's a gift that I've been blessed with that, it kind of doesn't really matter who's out there. I find a way to affect the game in different ways.
Ian, Vivek, John, Michael.
RJ, hey, on your right over here. Just curious what you think of the idea of a U.S. versus the world all-star format and how that might play out.
They do stuff like that. There's like a Nike Hoop Summer game in high school. I played in that, whereas that's the format. It's fun. That's where I met guys like Isaiah Hartenstein and stuff like that. So it's cool. I think that's been a format that I can say that I've kind of played in something like that before, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. So if the NBA decides to kind of go about it that way, that's going to be something that's cool. And to be honest, I don't really care what the format is as long as I'm in the game.
Thanks. Vivek, then John, and then Michael.
RJ, right over here. When Bobby spoke on Friday, he said that there's been conversations with you about efficiency. When you came over after the trade, you were extremely efficient. Last year, you were tasked with a lot of offensive responsibility. I'm just wondering what the keys are for you being as efficient as maybe when we first saw you come over after the trade, and how much Brandon maybe can help with that.
Well, yeah. One, I think BI being involved is just another, deadly weapon for us. Something the defense has to focus on. He's going to get me more open shots. Everybody, I'm going to get him more open shots. So I think that's going to do well for our efficiency. Correct me if I'm wrong. I shot like 47% or something like that. It's not bad at all. It's not bad. It could be a lot worse. So yeah, but no, definitely being the most efficient we can, everybody individually and as a whole team, will definitely be going to help with that, I think.
John, Michael, Chelsea.
Hey, RJ. I've got two questions for you. The first is we've heard that the starting five has been trying to practice as much as they can together in September. What's that been like, not just the addition of Brandon, but also you're all healthy?
Get a lot of dubs. This is what's been happening. Well, no, we're really enjoying just this time of kind of getting to work together. Like you said, injuries were kind of a big thing for us last year. There was times where even like our starting lineup from last year didn't even play together, or played like 5 games together or something like that, or had no minutes together at a certain point. So just being able to kind of work together now from early and go into the season with figuring some stuff out just puts us in a better position to be successful.
And my second question is, what are your expectations for this season?
Expectations, straight up, honestly, like I said, we're here to win. So we're not shying away from that. We're trying to get to the playoffs. We're trying to, win a championship. We're not shying away from that. We come here to play defense, play together, and win games.
RJ, you're one of the few guys on this team now that you're year 7, I think. Is that right? Who's been in the playoffs? Who's been on teams that have won playoff series? everyone's optimistic this time of year. What do you look, when you look at this team, that makes you believe you could kind of get to that level?
Yeah, absolutely. I think having known that feeling before, you know, when I walk into this gym and I see the team that we have, I'm like, okay, you know, like we have a squad here. And we're going about it the right way. And I think that that's what will pay off. Of course, there's going to be, I mean, bumps. There's going to be, you know, ups and downs in the season. You know, we still, like even the starting five, we still have not played a game together yet. So there's going to be things, but just the way that we go about working out, the way that we go about the weight room, the way we go about like just everything, like our mindset of playing defense and moving the ball, sharing the ball, like things like that. When you approach the game that way, good things will happen.
So we'll go Chelsea, Samson, and then is it Marshall at the back? Yeah.
Hey, RJ over here. You know, we love to ask guys when they come here, you know, about Toronto, but obviously this is home for you, so it's a kind of different situation. My first part of the question is, do you kind of take on the leadership of when new guys come to this team to kind of be the ambassador for this city? And part two would be, how does being at home affect your mental game in the middle of a season?
Oh yeah, no, it keeps my mental good. I'm 25 minutes away, so I'm definitely, you know, happy about that. And well, I say when guys come here, I think our organization does a very good job of helping. You know, even when I got here, I'm from here, and they helped me out tremendously. So I think just the organization as a whole is very good with people coming here, transitioning, kind of helping people out, like taking us around, showing us where to go, what to do, different things, different events. So I think, yeah, the organization more so, I say, does a really good job of that. And
just to follow up, do you feel like a sense of pride when guys come here and they end up really loving their experience in Toronto?
I know they're gonna love the experience. How could you not love this place? You know, I mean, so what if it gets a little cold sometimes? It's a great place.
So Samson, Marshall, and then Joseph.
Hey, RJ, just right here again. Two questions. The first being that Bobby, at his availability the other day, talked about getting you more attacking second side stuff. Brandon talked about how you don't even necessarily need the ball, you attract the ball. I mean, last year, I guess it was training camp, we were talking with Quickly, and he said, you know, how good you are at cutting because you want to score. How do you feel about being positioned as a finisher in this lineup and the attention that goes to a guy like Brandon or Scotty, that a lot of it's going to come down to you and finishing plays? How do you look forward to that this season?
Trying to contain my excitement. Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, BI being involved is another guy that can make plays that makes it just easier on the whole team. So now when you have, you know, multiple, you know, good playmakers out there, everybody eats, and that takes a little bit of pressure off of, you know, me, Scotty, and Quick. And yeah, so now I'm also going to be in a role a lot of times with BI on the court, with Scotty and Quick on the court, where I'm the one getting open shots. I'm not complaining about getting open shots. I'm not complaining about that at all.
And the second question, even like with fans, you said you've never been a horrible defender, and yet that persists. Brandon saying that you were different than he thought. Even you saying that Brandon gets to the rim easier than you thought. Where do you think these misconceptions come from? Not just from how fans see you guys, but how you guys see each other?
Fans, I will say, not specifically you guys, but you guys. And as well as, you know, sometimes even like everybody has a scout before the game. Sometimes certain players, you know, just be like, well, don't let him go left. Every time he goes left, he's not trying to pass the ball. So now that's just what players are thinking, you know. If that's, I'm 100% sure somebody has said that about me on a scout before. So if that's what you're hearing, then, you know, that kind of builds up in your head, you know.
So we'll go to Marshall at the very back, and then Joseph.
Hi, RJ, what's going on over here? So with the team getting healthier, your role might change next season. And And with all the rumors going on, how do you stay so focused and ready with all of this?
I think I stay focused and ready by I'm not just a one-dimensional player. I can kind of do a little bit of everything. So I think that's one of my superpowers. Kind of talking about Bobby was saying, getting, either like, attacking and finishing and stuff like that, like just different things. My game's going to be a little more different than it was last year. But I think that I'm very excited for this year and that challenge just to grow to be more complete and be a two-way player, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, Joseph, and then we're going to go to our friends Patrick and Mike in French.
Hey RJ, when you mentioned being excited, like walking in here today and saying, like looking at the squad, like we got a squad, you also said, and we do it the right way. And I was just curious what you meant by that, like what doing it the right way for this team is.
We don't have egos over here. Everybody wants to win, and that's coming from me, who's probably one of the most confident guys you've ever met in your life. We have players that are here with a good mindset of coming into to help the team win, and it's not just about any single individual player. I think that's what you need. So that way we can have conversations with each other. We can talk to each other like, yo, you're messing up right there, and it's no hard feelings, We need that commitment to team excellence. Passing the ball is a huge thing. When I've been on teams where the ball doesn't move and then nothing happens after that. Nobody cares. And now everybody's just every man for themselves. So it's great to be on a team where, we move the ball and we play defense, and we care about each other, honestly. We're all friends, we all hang out, everything's cool, things are just the way the Raptors do things is the right way, and I think that's why, we'll have some success.
Okay, go for it, Patrick.
Oui, bonjour RJ. Ça fait longtemps que tu as l'été sans être impliqué dans l'équipe du Canada.
Ouais.
Est-ce que avoir le temps de travailler sur son jeu, est-ce qu'il y a un aspect particulier que tu as décidé de travailler sur ton jeu?
Ouais.
Et la deuxième question, c'est par rapport à la présence de Brandon Ingram. Qu'est-ce que ça change dans ton jeu de tous les jours?
Dans l'été, j'ai resté beaucoup. Alors, ça c'était bien. Et puis, je travaille sur le basket beaucoup, mais je travaille sur tout. C'est pas une chose que je travaille. Alors, ça c'est bien. Et BI, il va être très bien pour nous. Je suis très content. Ouais.
Go ahead, Mike.
Salut RJ. Ma question, c'est depuis que tu es arrivé à Toronto, les 2 saisons n'ont pas été très compétitives. À quel point tu es excité cette année de enfin avoir une équipe compétitive pour aller jouer les playoffs comme tu l'as dit?
Ouais, très excité pour ça. Tu sais, on veut gagner, on doit gagner. Je suis ici pour gagner les matchs, pour aller aux playoffs. Alors, ouais, on est tous très excités pour cette année.